Certainly wouldn't bet against it. Got to get off to a good start as Colin Osborne. What's your thoughts, Eric?
When you're struggling like Colin has, you seem to get the bad draws as well. And so he didn't really need James Wade first round. It could easier draws on James. But a big scalp like James Wade, give him a bit of confidence and he can start again.
That's right. It can change your mentality, if you like. That, you know what, I can still beat the big boys. James Wade is a big boy in darting terms, of course.
Well, we've seen it, you know, two different players over the last 12 months. Hamilton had a big turnaround at Blackpool, changed his career. And now Mr. Dolan here last year, look at that. And he's still playing well now. Just gives you that bit of confidence. Because you keep losing week after week after week. You're going in, you've got no confidence whatsoever. As soon as you get a run in the tournament, then you're looking forward to the next one.
Too true.
55.
James Wade, as I said, he's won this twice. He knows what it takes. And what James Wade does better than most pros, he eliminates bad shots. He doesn't hit your 45-60 on the trot. He will hit 45-140. But very, very straight normally. And the best left-hander ever to have thrown a dart, in my opinion, of course.
Brilliant at tops and tens. Always been brilliant. It's always been his best shot when he wants three at tops and you're standing behind him, you don't expect another shot. So this sort of game's ideal for him. You give him three at tops to get off, he should get off every time.
Well, Colin is methodical, there's no doubt about
57.
that. And will James be put off by the pedestrian pace? I'm not sure. Only time will tell, but I don't think so, because James has been there, seen it,
56.
done it. Got to say, Eric, Colin really is taking his time.
Yeah, he's not enjoying his darts at the moment like he used to do. That's we keep getting beat. So we just like, as I say, he just needs a win. Needs a run in a tournament. Maybe not even on TV. One of the weekend tournaments. Just get beaten in the semi-final or the final. Beat a couple of good players. Because they can all play the game. Everybody here can play the game.
Well, the great thing about these TV, televised events, whatever you want to call them, majors, is that
140.
you win the first round, all of a sudden, Eric, you know what it's like. You hang about for a couple of days around the players' area and you see those leaving. You see those, they're getting in their taxi to go to the airport, and it's quite nice to watch them go home.
You better believe it.
Oh, it's great, and especially when the one getting in, you've sent him home. But it'd be good for Colin if he can just experience that,
95.
because his form on the
James
big
Whitmore,
stages
76.
has been nothing short of dismal, and he'll want to turn that round, and he's certainly good enough.
Yeah, see him walk around the hotel tomorrow. You know what I mean? Having the day off, enjoying himself.
36. Colin, you
He's got a chance.
29.
Maybe a slim one. 129. Treble 19.
You find that with the treble 9. If you hit the treble 19, he hasn't done you a lot of favours. Because you've still got another treble afterwards. This is it now, the ball. This will be a nice little start for him. Oh, that could help him out.
Colin Osborne.
Well, if that doesn't settle Colin Osborne down, nothing will. It was only to hold, but it's the relief of hitting it, it's the pleasure of hitting it, and also, Eric, it's the point that you've told your man, do you know what, I can do whatever you leave me.
That's right, and give me another shot and I'll go 2-0 up. Nice to get rid of that naught off of there as well. Nothing worse than when you look up there, you see your name with a naught beside it.
Yeah, the O must go. And I don't think we're going to see James Wade start off on double 18 very often. Because as you said, Eric, he's so efficient on tops and tens that can't imagine him missing two darts again and covering them both.
That's a bad shot there by Osborne. I mean, he's just finished the 129, and then James didn't get away with a great shot, only 36, and he's just given him a free shot by missing. The last thing you want to do in this game is give somebody a free leg. You want to be in the leg all the time, hoping for a shot.
Yeah, constant pressure is an amazing thing. You think that sometimes, oh, my man's
120.
dealing with it quite well, but you keep putting the pressure on, and eventually humans do miss.
That's what was good about Wes Newton that last game. A lot of other players who would have lost the first set 3-0 and was 2-0 down the
86.
second set, you see them drop their heads. But he didn't drop his head, he just kept plodding and plodding. It come right in the end. I know I can play the game, and it did. He played marvellous in the end.
And he backstop. For those that missed it, had one dart to beat Wes Newton, 2-0. And that was the only dart double he had.
I think that was at the bullseye as well, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
He could have done with Osborne's ball. Swapped it for that, he'd have been through.
140.
Well, the head-to-heads between these two have played each other 15 times. James Wade is leading 10-5. And haven't played on TV since 2010, so there's no form there to really kind of frank and say, okay, that matters,
45.
because it really
James
doesn't.
Newton,
But
143.
over the years, James Wade has had the upper hand, which he probably has over most opponents anyway.
He's won six majors, 7 majors. I mean, he's going to have. He's beat them all, hasn't he? Apart from Taylor, really. That's the one who he hasn't beat.
98.
Colin Osborne, he has won the Championship League of Darts, which, what a format that is, played at deepest Essex, behind closed doors, and it is brutal. And he's always been a keen, not fitness fanatic, but he's always been fit. Now, we have a chance to show his fitness in this match.
Now we get back to our little top man now. You get it going
He's
now.
on the second leg.
Now Colin's in trouble now. Once he starts popping that first start, he's going to start with it first start and put him under so much pressure now.
Yeah, you fancied that, Eric, didn't you? You knew that was going to go. Colin has got to get off. Got to. Now, if he can hit a treble.
60.
Yep, he's off.
There's a couple of good games coming on after this.
James, he used the light of the first dart. You'd expect him to hit its second dart, but see him there looking, not concerned, but taking a deep breath behind, not popping the double top to start like he just did to finish. Brilliant from Colin Osborne. First 180. Well done, sir.
And a lovely 180. All 3 of them in the corner there. Now, you've got to come straight back at it. Great first start from James.
140.
Just let him know he's still there. Last thing you want to do is follow a 180 with a 45. The leg's gone.
And the last thing you want to do when you've hit a 180 is follow it with a 54.
54.
You just totally did a treble 9. Anyone just said that, wasn't you?
Educated guess, sir.
Yes,
Educated guess.
Yeah, another big shot here. Blocked it with the second one.
99.
Well, most of the guys, Eric, they played in the Pro Tour events where there's 50, 60 of them per year. They played in the ones in the same venue that we are now, but just located upstairs over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. James Wade decided to give it a miss.
As well as Phil Taylor.
As well as Phil. Now, do you think that can go for or against, or do you not really think it's got any bearing on whether you're going to be tired or fatigued at all?
I think if I was playing on the Tuesday, I'd have played both tournaments. If you're playing on a Monday, maybe first
58.
on, I'd have maybe just played the Saturday. I'd have played one of them, just have a bit of practice. But then some of them have been on the road for so long, they might need. I saw Phil a couple of weeks ago, and he did look tired. So he looked like he needed a rest. But I mean, most of these other players, they should play in it. It's practice for them. And you're playing against good players, so you know if you're playing well or not.
83.
Van Gerwen had a fantastic weekend, didn't he?
Oh, he did, and Robert Thornton. And there's a couple of shekels at the end of it as well.
And they're both still in. So I think that proves a point there.
He was looking for a 54 there.
96.
Colin Osborne.
Colin, you require 68.
Up to him now whether he wins this leg. James Wade has no bearing if he hits the 68. Treble 20.
Well, he had a good finish the first leg on a 1-2-9. He needs his 68 now. Hold his throw. Oof, he's lucky to get the 8 there. And he's double top.
28.
Well, the second art was
James
a
requires
fly.
68.
Nearly in the 11, wasn't it?
It was. He flicked that. James Wade.
Now, you think being a double 10 man, you go treble 16 here, wouldn't you? Yeah, 12 tops. That's the way he goes. He goes all different ways. But you got to leave your favourite double. That's the way to do it.
48.
That was a poor dart for James
Colin,
Wade.
you
And see the
require
reaction
40.
there. He was annoyed at himself. He never give it a chance. The old golf saying, never up, never in. As we know, Eric, we've been playing all week and my
right.
God, we're dreadful.
Well, you're doing all right, mate, yeah. 100% the short putts don't go in.
Indeed. And Osborne needs to flick off the dart.
No score.
Look, I think that's slightly unlucky. He's gone straight through the middle there. Could have done with that going in. Just for his confidence, just to get something going.
I think maybe he should speed up a bit. Seems a bit too slow for me, to be quite honest. I mean, I'm not being like the Holland lad to be that quick, but I mean, he's just a bit too slow and deliberate for me.
Maybe just for a bit of rhythm for himself, just to get something flowing there. James Wade has taken control of this set. And if he gets off here with his first or second dart, Colin Osborne will be in trouble. And he goes from tops to tens. If you had to put
80.
money on a person hitting a certain double, it would be James Wade hitting tens, wouldn't it?
Tens and tops, 3 darts out. No problems. Good thing about James, all his career is, he doesn't get through these first rounds with like 100 odd averages, but he gets through them. He just plods
80.
on, and he get through an 80 odd average here today, and he doesn't lose to what I call to the lower ranked players all the time. He just keeps getting through. When he does get beat in the tournament, it's by a top 10 or
22.
12.
James Wade, in my opinion, is the modern day kind of John Park. They will never set the world alight early on, but they will end up winning tournaments.
Yeah.
Because they just get better and better, and it's the match play. They brilliant match play players, and there's no one better than James Wade.
38.
He knows how to cross that finishing line.
And they're used to being in once you've been into a major final, even if you haven't won it, but when you've been to a major final and you've been in the tournament for the 10 days that's there, you're used to playing one day and having a day off, and then all of a sudden when it gets to the quarterfinals, you play for the last 3 days, obviously all on the trot. They're used to eating at certain times. They've done it before. Some of these players who do it for the first time, they don't know what to do when they get to the last 8.
Brilliant.
Here we go again. Well, he's having a switch this time.
Yeah, I think the second dart just went in slightly flat for him. It wasn't the best of switches. It's a brilliant marker for James.
100.
Yeah, it's not the best average, but I would say this first round, all you want to do is get through. You're through to the last 16. You watch 16 good players get beat. They're on their way home. It goes up to 5 sets, where it just gives you a bit more breathing space.
You've only got to beat your
85.
opponent.
That's right.
You haven't got to set the world alight. And that was unfortunate from Colin. Flicked off the dart into the big 5. They never flick off into the trebles, do they?
Will he go for treble 13 to leave tops? Because he likes tops.
Got to.
Yeah.
133.
There are a lot of other players who went treble 19, left up with 11, and plus the 19 leaves 60.
Let's go treble 14. Which he did.
And he's 12, and tops. Just
not
don't
used-
miss a single.
He wasn't used to missing, Eric, obviously. It's a single, and he asks what's left.
He always does, though. He does.
And
James
gets it.
Wade.
Whoa! Emotion from James Wade. Is that relief? Colin Osborne looks on. The twice Grand Prix world champ James Wade is up and running. not the performance he would have expected, but you can only win a set. James